Here we go. Hello, my name is Alexis Cole. I'm the director of jazzvoice.com, and I am also the co-director of the Virginia Beach Vocal Jazz Summit. And today we're excited to have another info session. We've got some new awesome information to share with everybody, so this is really great. And I'm here with Sibel Galindez. She represents the Z Theater, and she is also she works with member relations on jazzvoice.com. So great. We the two of us together with Liz Terrell, who's also with the Z Theater, um, are the we're the triad of people running the Vocal Jazz Summit, and so we're really excited to have you guys with us today. Thanks for coming, Sibel.
Awesome. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm thrilled to be here with everyone today because I know we have people who've been to the summit before and then we have people who've not been. So it'll be a great combination of information. So I am Sibel Galindez. Nice to meet you all. So I think let me just start again. So like raise your hand if you have not been to the Vocal Jazz Summit. Okay, I've got Maria, Julie. Okay, and then I remember Alex hasn't been. And oh, great, got the electronic phrases. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, well, I think I'm just going to launch into our presentation then. I mean, we've got this really lovely presentation for all of you. So I'm going to share my screen and get right to it. Let's see if I do it like this. Yes and yes. Okay. All right, can everyone see, is it coming across well? Okay, fantastic. So the Virginia Beach Vocal Jazz Summit, okay? It happens every June. We're in our 6th year, and it happens at Zyder's American Dream Theater in Virginia Beach Town Center. You can see this is a shot of the theater from the outside. It's in partnership with the wonderful jazz voice that Alexis Cole developed and created. And it's just, these two go hand in hand so beautifully. It's almost, well, I know when I first came on board, I just said the Vocal Jazz Summit is pretty much the in-person annual conference of jazz voice members, and then add all these other beautiful people that come as well who may not be jazz voice members. And we've got this beautiful combination of people coming from all over the nation and the world. Like, people come from all over the world. All right, so this is Virginia Beach Town Center. The theater has two, I don't know if the next slide has a picture of the, no, it doesn't have a picture of the interior of the theaters, but I can describe them to you. So the theater has two theaters in it, a 300-seat main stage theater where you will see live concerts and have master classes in that space, and then a studio black box theater that you'll also attend workshops in and do your jam sessions in. And so you can just see these really fun shots from past summits. We were 5 years old last year, and we had a great champagne toast and celebration. Samara Joy, if any of you don't know already, Alexis Cole was her first and only vocal jazz teacher, and she has been part of the summit practically every year. She came as a newcomer, and then look at her now. She's a worldwide sensation, and she studied with Alexis, and we've had some very intimate moments because of that very special connection with Samara at the Vocal Jazz Summit. You can see here too, when your sage came. I mean, it's just, there's such a sense of community. These sort of Grammy winners and experts who come just are side by side with all the jazz vocalists who come and attend and are there to grow and learn and create community together. Here's another snapshot of some of, this was a lot focused on last year. We had Theo Bleckman, we had Paul Jost, we had Christy DeShield, Kate McGarry. And then we've really been bringing in more and more young people. So we had, you can see me with Barry Moten, a jazz singer in his own right, and a high school vocal jazz coach who brought his students. We worked with them. They raised money. We raised money through our scholarship fund, and the Night and Day vocal a cappella jazz group came and was at our summit. And it was a dream for them and a dream for us to have them there. Okay, so let me just launch into day one. So this year, the summit has grown to about 5 days. So it's June 3rd through June 7th. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 days. Okay, people arrive in Virginia Beach. Okay, I know, Julie, you said you're in Boston. I'm in DC. It was snowing this morning. Like, I can't wait till we're all together in June in beautiful, sunny Virginia Beach. Um, Day one is a registration day. We ask you to all arrive. We have started this welcome dinner that we all go to, and it's a really good chance. You can see there in the bottom left, there was our dinner from last year. It's a great chance to just meet people before, it gets really, really into the thick of the workshops and the master classes. This year we're going to go to the Bahama Breeze restaurant. I can't wait. They're really putting together a beautiful, evening of us, and we're going to have a jam session there that night. And we'll provide an accompanist, and you're going to come and you're going to jam. I don't know if somebody had a question in the chat, Alexis. I saw it pop up, but
I got
okay.
it.
All right, cool. All right, so that's what happens. We really encourage everybody to get there on June 3rd. This way, if you have any travel issues, you'll be there, because the big day the next day is going to be the New York Voices concert. But before we go to the New York Voices concert, we have beach day. And I just felt my voice calm down and chill, because that's what it's about. I mean, look at these gorgeous photos from last year. And we've been so lucky with the weather. Am I right, Alexis? Pretty much. We have been so lucky with the weather every year. Liz found this amazing restaurant that has a pool with a cabana, and then, the food right there at the seaside. People just come and chill all day. And I've heard people talk about, it's such a great way to make some friends before, as I said, once again, the workshops and the master classes start. And so it's a real bonding time. So even if you do live in a beach town now, come to the beach day. It's really important to just ground yourself in the community that day without any sort of information that you're learning. You're just going to learn some people's names, and they're going to learn your name. And it's really easy to get around. If any of you have been maybe thinking, oh, well, how would I get to the beach? It was so easy. Lots of people drive to the summit from wherever they're from. And so many people have cars and they offer rides. I Ubered down there with friends and then came back with friends. People share Ubers. So it's pretty easy. It's like a 20-minute drive, 15 minutes to the oceanfront from Ziders American Dream Theater in Virginia Beach's town center. And really, when you're in the town center, you don't need a car at all. Everything's in walking distance. And we put together a great list of hotels with discounts just for summit goers. And once you just get to town center, it's fine. You do not need a car if that's on anybody's mind. All right. So then that June 4th, that second day of the summit, will be the big concert of the New York Voices. It's their final tour. It's going to be there in town center, just across the street from the Ziders American Dream Theater in what's called the Sandler Center. It's wonderful because we've got this great partnership going now with those who, book folks at the Sandler Center. It's a little bigger theater than our 300 seats. So somebody like New York Voices is like a 1,200 seat theater. Great seating. You will not feel like you're in a big hall. It's really, really nice and cozy. And so we all go see the New York Voices together. And then after the concert, we'll have a jam session. And for those of you who might be going, okay, what's this jam session stuff about? I mean, well, many of you might be jazz singers, or maybe you're like me and you were a musical theater or classical vocalist and dipping your toe into jazz. And so jam sessions, when you'll get a chance to sing your jazz tune backed by a professional trio in the studio theater, or maybe it'll be, like I said, at a restaurant with a pianist. And it's a great way to practice the whole counting off, make sure you're setting your tempo. You're going to be in front of the most supportive, loving, caring audience ever. Everyone's a vocalist in there. Everyone's supportive. It's a really warm, welcoming environment. I've heard people talk about that. So, I mean, Karen, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you did come Did you sing in a jam session? Would you want to share anything about what that experience was like? And then
Oh
we
my
have
God.
Sharon too.
No, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. I sang in my first, I mean, I've been singing a long time, but that kind of environment where it's kind of on the fly with I'm a rehearsal girl. I like, but I just felt like I'm here and it's where better to to do that. So I did my first jam ever at the first jazz summit that I was at, and I'm so glad that I did. It just opened up like a whole world of just I don't want to be grand and say a world of possibility, but sometimes you take little steps toward things and you don't realize when something feels like just a little step how many doors open because of it. So I am so grateful that there are so many opportunities for people to sing because the summit's now getting so many more people, and everybody should if they're comfortable and they want to jump in, there's a way to. It looks like you could go to a jam and just watch the first one and maybe sing in a later jam. Whatever people wanted to do, everybody made you feel so comfortable and so welcome.
Oh, Karen, that makes us feel so happy. I can see Alexis smiling. I'm smiling. Alexis and Liz have worked really hard on the schedule to create opportunities for everyone to participate in a jam session. And I think they've done a phenomenal job. And I'm just so happy to hear that it was such a positive experience for you. Um, I'm going to just click to the next slide. And then Sharon, I want you to be ready to share it. I want to hear from you because you've been before. Okay, so day 3, now we're June 5th, and you're gonna, wake bright and early, probably like a 10 a.m. start for the workshops and the master classes. And this was the big announcement that if you haven't heard through the Jazz Voice grapevine yet, okay, Veronica Swift and Matt Baker are going to do the concert on June 5th for us in Ziders American Dream Theater, the main stage, 300 seats. What an incredible opportunity that's going to be to see these two artists in this intimate space. I mean, you're going to feel like you're in somebody's living room. It's that intimate. I'm thrilled about this. And again, this was through a lot of hard work to make this happen, and it's all coming together. So you'll be busy with workshops and master classes in the day, and then in the evening, you'll go to the concert right there in Ziders American Dream Theater. And then post-concert, there'll be nibbles and a jam, most likely in the restaurant just across the way in Cantina Laredo Mexican restaurant. I mean, that could change. We've got a lot of great restaurants in town center, but that's what it's looking like so far. So Sharon, might I ask if you want to share something about what the master classes or the workshops are like? Is she still here, or did... oh, there she is. Wait, you gotta unmute yourself.
Trying to appear.
Okay, there, now you are. Wait, no, you just were. Do it again. I don't know if I can ask you to unmute. Alexis, sometimes you can ask somebody to unmute. There, you're unmuted, Sharon. Start talking.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
having trouble because it's asking me to sign back in again. So thank you for getting me
Oh,
straight. I can only see either the people or the stuff you're sharing. I can't see both at the same time. So
okay.
anyhow, I had a wonderful time. Last time was my first time. I think it was your 5th time. And
Yeah.
I just was on top of the world to be in the rooms with all these jazz vocalists and vocalists of all kinds, and just felt like home, like really comfortable and safe, and everybody got to do their thing, and we learned a lot. There's so many people presenting that are so interesting, and you can ask questions, specific questions and stuff. So it's just really fun to participate.
Oh,
I
I'm so
enjoyed it. And I think it really kicked off my year because I have been regularly gigging, both privately and publicly since I got back from
That's
the
amazing to
workshop.
hear, Sharon. Thank you.
But yeah, after going through like the COVID time, and I wasn't one that I did a couple concerts online, but I wasn't, I just felt like my chops were like getting rusty. And I feel like I'm really pushing myself out there now. I'm, you know, getting back into at least a weekly routine, if not every day. So it's really nice to have that. It's nice to have a family behind you. It's nice to be able to log in and listen to the videos and stuff. Although I fall asleep early, I'm feeling my age this year. This is the first year that I am realizing, oh, you're really that old. So I'm trying to just keep going and keep things moving. But I really feel like this is a group that is supporting me in many ways. And just being a part of it is really nice. So thank you.
Sharon, we are so happy to hear that. That makes us like, that's what we want, right? I mean, the fact that you felt like this catalyst, that the summit was somewhat of a like propel you, to do more of what you love. That makes us so happy. And that you can feel the support throughout the year, especially as a Jazz Voice member, right? So that's what you're referring to, right? Like, so you're tuning in, you're watching the videos, even if you don't come to the class in real time, or you're going to the classes, and it's keeping you moving forward and doing what you love. So that's what we want to hear. As you said, so yes, with the workshops and master classes, I've heard people and I've witnessed them myself. So I want to let those who haven't attended yet the summit. Yes, it's very interactive. It's not like you're going to be like talked at or lectured. It's very interactive. Oftentimes I see one of the master vocalists, ask people in real time to like, oh, sing this phrase or try this, and everyone tries it together. Then the master classes, we can talk a little bit more. Alexis can shed light on, you may have questions on how is that, who's chosen and how does that work? And we'll get into that on that part, but I'll just keep going in this moment. That because the summit has grown in a number of days, so you get like really 2 full days of workshops. It's really great. So this would be, the second day of the workshops is June 6th, and then you'll end that day of the workshops and master classes with a concert with Kenny Washington. You can see him here in the top right, and then followed again by a jam session. So more and more people getting a chance to sing themselves. Then we're trying something new this year. And this is where, I think as Julie, you were at Jen, and we really wanted to make sure that this info session touched on the continuing education credits and the student participation certificates that we're adding this year. Alexis, would you like to talk a little bit about this since you are making this happen? Let me see, where did she
I'm
go?
here.
Oh,
I'm here. Sorry, I was texting my mom.
Oh,
that's always a good excuse.
That's very important.
Yes. Do you want to pause the share, Sibel?
But yeah, sure.
I people talk.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, okay, sure. I'm pausing.
Okay,
I'm stopping
great.
the share. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Hi. Yeah. So this year, and Julie might have seen that on the Jen postcard. We were able to add continuing education units. So if you are, or somebody who's a professor, they sometimes need them for their like tenure packets or to keep things advancing. And so we were able through Old Dominion University to add that to our schedule, to our, like the enhancement of our program. And so if somebody wants to get those, they have to do some activities within the, like write reflections. They have to do a little recording of themselves saying how they learned this or that from this or that person. But it's a great opportunity to get 3 credits, which each credit is like 10 contact hours. And so you're able to get the magic 3 credits that people usually need to apply towards their packets. So that's exciting. That's new. And then on the other hand, the other side of the learning spectrum, we also added a student participation certificate, which is not quite as official. It's coming from us, not a university, but it's just the students have to write a reflection about what they learned. And then we give them a certificate that they can take back to their colleges or high schools to show their teachers that they did a thing. So it's just another way to add value for people coming. And I think it's really nice because people are learning an insane amount. They're getting so much out of it. they should have something to show for it. So if they, if they're in that kind of professional or academic setting. So we're really excited to roll those out. And that just came through this week. So I'm really
Yay.
pumped. Yeah.
Alexis,
right,
that's
awesome.
huge. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Alexis.
Yeah. Thanks for helping us spread the word among educators. There's not that many tenure track positions around these days, but some people are still doing them. And high school educators and choir directors and stuff need them too, for sure. So,
Right.
yeah. Great.
Thank you. You worked really hard to make that happen, and I'm really appreciative. Yes, like I love it. Alexis does not take no for an answer. She keeps going. That's what I love about her. All right, so I guess I'll go back to sharing then in this moment. Yes. So that's what's going to happen. Okay, so that's what's going to happen on this day 5, this June 7th. We'll give a chance for those who are going for those continuing education credits to do a presentation, to check that box, and we all get to learn from each other. That was, Sharon, I don't know if you remember, but Alexis and Liz really listened to feedback, and I think you were part of that feedback that wanted to create some time at the summit for attendees to learn from each other. And that's kind of where this idea started in some ways, to create more time and space at the summit for attendees to learn from each other as well. So that's what that's about. And then, okay, well, right. So that'll be the last day. I have to admit, I lost track there for a moment because I know Alexis and I went to the beach on Monday. We had so much fun. We went with some other DC folks, Lynn and Ken and Maya and Kirsten. So we know that, that might be an impromptu thing that some of you may want to do. I mean, if you have the ability and you're not needing to return to a job or a commitment on Monday, you can tack on another beach day for yourself. But that's pretty much the overview. I'd like to encourage people to join our mailing list, right? You can go to vocaljazzsummit.org and you can put your email address in there and name, and then you'll get notices, anything that's going on. Please join our Facebook page as well if you do use social media, because you'll also get announcements there. And then we have this really nice community grounded Facebook, like, one of those groups where it's more chit-chatting with each other, of Jazz Voice and Vocal Jazz Summit Facebook group together. So we put those here. I'll try to get them in the chat before we leave the session today.
I'm doing it.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Alexis. And then I want to go to this next slide to talk a little bit about the passes. So right now we're in the early bird phase, okay? The early bird price will be on sale, I believe, until mid-March, as long as, the number of passes that have been allocated for early bird are still in existence, right? And it's $395 right now for the 5-day experience. And you can see then there's a student price for $200. We also offer senior and military discount, all right? And that information is right here. And then this really great new melding of Jazz Voice and the Vocal Jazz Summit has occurred for this year, so that Jazz Voice members who are now in the upgraded membership as a Jazz Voice member, and we can talk more about that if you're curious what that exactly means, they receive an exclusive discount that they can stack on top of a senior discount or a military discount. It doesn't touch the student discount. There's no more discount you can give to a $200 pass for 5 days. But that's what that is all about. And as you can see here, Ziders American Dream Theater is a nonprofit. And so, they for a long time were supporting this in a very solid financial way. And this year now our team is taking on more of that responsibility. So, this is the price that we came upon for this year's pass. And we've also do fundraisers now, which I could tell you about after I'm done with the whole presentation. But as a nonprofit, just clearly the pass price doesn't fully cover the experience, right? And we also really decided, because we had gotten so good at the virtual summit, that we wanted to really fund that. That was really important. You know, Alexis has Jazz Voice is a complete online community education platform. And so it was really important to keep that accessibility to the people on Jazz Voice. You know, we know not maybe everyone can make it every year, you know, stuff comes up, and we wanted to keep it really accessible to our main, you know, constituency, so to speak, or our main demographic of those who are on Jazz Voice, and keep that virtual summit going, because again, we got so good at it, and then it's there for those who may not be able to attend every year. And so if you're that upgraded Jazz Voice member, you get to come to the virtual summit no matter what. Okay, so let me see. All right, and with that little call from us, I will stop sharing, and I really want to open it up to questions.
Yeah.
I
And
can
it's
share
about-
some. Yeah, go ahead.
Are we going to share the website? Usually we go over to the website.
Yeah, should we go right to that? And
Or no,
I
let's
can
do, we could do some questions and then go to that.
Yeah, I figured, and either way, but yeah, we'll be sure. We want to show you the schedule. We want to show you the hotels, but I just wanted to take a moment and ask if there are any questions. Oh, hi, Darius. I didn't see you come in. Nice to meet you.
And whose iPhone? I texted everybody who wasn't here who signed up. Darius lives in
Yeah.
Virginia Beach. He's a new Jazz Voice person. Isn't that great? Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great, Darius.
I'm iPhone.
Oh, who is that?
Wait, let me start my screen. Oh, wait, it's not letting me.
That's okay. What's your
Oh, there
name?
we go. Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Carmen. I'm a
Oh.
vocalist. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yay.
Great. Glad to have you, Carmen. You know, in case you may not have registered, Carmen,
She
we'd love.
did. She
Oh,
did.
she did? Okay. perfect.
Yeah, I got
All
it.
right, great.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks for
awesome.
coming, Carmen. I'm
Well,
glad we made it.
Thank
we're
you.
so glad
And
you're
Darius.
here.
Yeah.
All right, welcome. So I want to take some time and really stop for some questions. So what's on your minds from what I've shared so far? Julie, yeah, please.
So, can you tell about Jazz Voice, or am I getting
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. Alexis, you want to
Sure.
share?
I'd love to talk about Jazz Voice. Yeah, so we're an online platform that I started it during the pandemic, and it's a member-based platform where we have classes on Zoom, about 5 of them per month, plus an online jam every month. And then also all those classes get recorded in our video library, and people can watch them. There's 3 types of classes. There's master classes where people sing for a teacher and get feedback. There's vocal workshops, which can be about topics like improvisation or vocal technique, and career development workshops about like booking a gig and marketing, releasing a CD. And yeah, it's an online education community, and almost everybody here is a part of it already. So it's a lot of fun, and it's we try to keep it reasonably priced. It's $45 a month or $460 a year, and that gets you these discounts that we were talking about in the Vocal Jazz Summit now. And also, if you just wanted to check out one class or one video, those are $20 each. And we also have a bookstore and a blog and a free videos channel with some highlights and stuff. So that's
So
it's just jazzvoice.com.
How often how often do people meet?
A little over 6 times a month. It's on different days. We try to mix it up so if people have obligations, but usually at like 3 p.m. Eastern time on the weekends and 8:30 p.m. On the weekdays. One like it'll be a Monday, and then the next week it'll be a Wednesday or a Saturday. So it's on all different topics, and you can see what classes we have going on the jazzvoice.com, and then it says group classes is the one to check out. But we'll be in touch because we have your email now, so I can email you some
Yeah.
info. But
I'm
thanks for
so
asking.
glad you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Julie, because you came here without being a Jazz Voice member, and it's so awesome. And I want to let you know, and then Alex will get to your question. There are definitely people who come to the Vocal Jazz Summit who are not Jazz Voice members. So there are others. It's not as if you have to be a Jazz Voice member, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. You knew
Yeah.
that. All right, Alex, I see your hand raised.
Hi. This is more like a logistical question, but I live in LA. And do you know what the nearest airport that has a direct LA flight is? Because there's not a direct flight to the website that's
Okay, so
listed on.
Norfolk, are you saying there's no direct flight to Norfolk?
No.
Um, okay, I would throw this out. I mean, this is just off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
certainly there would be, I would think, a direct flight from LA to Washington, D.C.
Oh,
And
okay.
Washington, D.C. is like a 4 hour drive.
Oh, okay. It's still a 4 hour
There's
drive.
also
Okay.
Richmond. Wait, Richmond is even closer.
Okay.
Um,
But
so I
I would think
wonder,
you'd want to do a connecting flight. I'm looking it up in Skyscanner now. Let me see if
okay,
I.
great, great.
Yeah,
You're
I
checking
mean
it out.
I was just looking and it looked like I was just thinking of time. Like you
Yeah.
know, I don't know if
Because that
yeah.
Norfolk Airport is really close to Virginia Beach, so I would try to fly, whatever you'd
Right.
say. I think it'd be better to do a layover than to drop
Right,
try and
it's the
try and
one
rent a car or
connecting.
something. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So
But
there's not really any other airports other than that Norfolk
it's Norfolk
airport.
Airport, right?
Not
Okay.
close, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Great question. And since you're talking about travel right now, I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
launch. Well,
Good idea.
here's another question. Yeah. Okay. I
I
can
think go
launch
ahead and
into
show because
travel.
maybe that'll answer some people's
Okay.
questions anyway. Thanks,
Right.
Alex. Good
So
question.
what?
I also don't see
Yes.
any direct
Excellent.
flights, just ones with stops.
I want to. I want to pull up the website and be able to show you all the website while we're talking about that. Okay. So hold on. Give me a moment to just do that.
Okay,
Here we go.
while you're
Travel.
doing that, can I just say one
Yeah.
thing to Alexis?
Yeah. Please.
I
Mhm.
have pulled up the website to buy the pass, and I clicked on, the senior discount part, but there's no place to put the code for the,
I think it's on
um,
the next screen. Yeah. But I can help you buy your pass. Actually, I could put the two of us in a breakout room if you
Okay.
do you have to leave before this is over?
no, I'm okay.
Okay, we can do it
Okay.
right
Great.
after. Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
fantastic. All right, thank you. All right, let me. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? Okay. Let me make it bigger so you're not seeing all my other nonsense. Okay, here we go. But travel. Okay, so um, first off, since it's right in front of us, I'll talk about the hotels that we have got. So we have secured great discounts for those who are coming to the Vocal Jazz Summit. So we've got a discount that you could take advantage of at the Westin, which is literally, I don't even know. It's like you could count the number of steps from Zyder's American Dream Theater to the Westin. It's literally on the same street. And you just walk there. It takes less than 5 minutes, I believe. Okay, so that's one hotel right there. And then the Hyatt Place is just across the street from town center. So there's a big Virginia Beach Boulevard, and the Hyatt Place, I would say more is like maybe an 8 minute walk. Okay. Both of them are top notch hotels. I've stayed at both of them. They're clean, they're comfortable, they're lovely. The people coming in and out of them feels very comfortable, very safe, and just really nice hotels. And you get discounts as a Vocal Jazz Summit goer. And you might notice, okay, so there are, these rates are good until, this one's May 8th or, available, right? You can always cancel a hotel room is kind of where I'm going there. So if you're thinking about coming, and you're good about keeping track of these things in your calendar, might as well book the hotel, make sure that you get the discounted rate, okay? All right, here's some travel tips that we put together. There's other places that you can stay. I guess I'll just touch on this now. If it were me and I was coming to Virginia Beach and I really wanted to make sure I got to the ocean, I'd try to tack on a day or two before or after rather than trying to stay at the oceanfront and coming to the Vocal Jazz Summit, because your schedule is so packed with what you're going to do at Zyder's American Dream Theater in that Virginia Beach Town Center that you'll enjoy the beach more if you just tack it on either side than if you try to do it simultaneously. There's also train option. I'm a big train goer. I live in the DC area now. I take the train all the time from Union Station in Washington, DC to Harbor Station, right? Harbor Park. It's the Norfolk station. And then that's just like a 20-minute Uber ride to town center. I have not tried the bus, but Liz put this great information down with bus. You know, I mentioned the Amtrak you can take from New York as well. Again, you could take a bus from New York, and she put this great information up for people. People have room shared. I know Sharon, definitely. You and Amy, right? Last year. And now you're like good friends. And you didn't meet before last year and you ended up rooming together. Am I right about that? Okay. So, you know,
Yeah,
that
I hope she'll come this year. I want to room with her again.
fantastic. And we also have a WhatsApp channel. So as soon as you buy your pass, you'll be connected to the 2026 WhatsApp channel, and that's where a lot of people do exchange information like that. You know, whether they want to carpool from DC or New York, or they want to, you know, hook up and get a roommate to cut down on expenses. There's this other Breeze Airways that you might want to check out. It's one of those airlines where they try to go to all the secondary airports, right? So that's another option. And then you know, just a little bit more about all of that. Okay, so that's travel. While we're here, I'm going to just touch on the schedule. Wait, does anyone have a question about travel? Sharon, please.
The train ride that you take from DC,
Mm-hmm.
how long is the train ride?
You know, I think it's about 4 hours, maybe 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And you know, I'll share this tip about Amtrak buying. I finally learned from somebody else. You know, sometimes it pays to pay for the little bit more expensive ticket because then it's fully refundable, you know, rather than buying the cheaper ticket and then if for whatever reason your plans might change, it just then you
Right.
lose, you know, like 50% or something like that. So I'll just put that out there too, because what happens with Amtrak, and I am an Amtrak goer, I don't know if anyone else is, literally, if you wait till the week before, it's going to be skyrocket to take a train. You want to, right, good, Julie, you do use Amtrak in and out of Boston. Yeah, it's so much better. Like, buy it way in advance. And if you have to change it, fine. But do not wait till the week before because they will charge you like, it'll be like $150 or $200. Yeah, okay, great. All right, so Julie knows what that's like. Okay, so here's the schedule. So this is all on our website, okay? So just going to go through it again. Like Wednesday, you arrive, you can register. We'll have the dinner and jam session. It's going to be so much fun. Then Thursday, just go to the beach and chill and relax, get yourself settled. Then we'll have a little welcome reception. We'll all go see the New York Voices at the Sandler Center, and then we're going to have a jam session. And Friday, and look, we've already got the workshops, what they are. So each New York Voice vocalist is doing their own workshops. We've got Kim Nazarian doing the Body, Breath, and Sound. Got Matt Baker. Oh my God, he did last year Ultimate Live Singer Workshop. So much fun. He's got such great energy, and he's got it all worked out. Lauren will teach a master class. Alexis, do you want to take a moment and talk about how people can put themselves forth to be potentially picked in a master class and how you and Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you buy your pass, we when it gets, I'm not sure, I don't think it goes out right at the beginning, but as it gets closer, we'll send you a Google sheet to fill out, and then you just sign up like you would any Google form, and you add your name to it and say who you'd like to be, you know, who you'd like to sing for if you have a preference. And then we select the singers. Liz and I collaborate on that process. And we're not looking for like, you don't have to be the best singer that we've ever heard, you know, like we're looking for a variety of people so that everybody watching has somebody that they can identify with. Maybe somebody who comes from a musical theater background, or, you know, maybe somebody older, somebody younger, a man, a woman, you know, we're just trying to mix it up. So yeah, but there's not a lot of those slots. Is about 6 to 9 of them max. So it is something that people are really interested in doing, but But there's only, a limited number of them. But it's people learn as much just watching other people, and we try to mix it up. I mean, I don't think we'd have the same person year to year because that's such a small number of people that get to do that. And Karen had asked me, Sibel, about the jam sessions this year, and we were chatting about it. But just to let people know, last year we connected jam session participation on the stage in the studio theater with early bird ticket holding, and we're not going to do that this year. We have 2 jam sessions, I think, planned in the studio theater. Is that right, Sibel?
Yeah.
And so we're going to do that by a lottery. That gets closer. And like I've we've reserved a few little spots for like Michelle Nicole came from Australia last, 2 years ago. I'm not going to let Michelle Nicole, get away from without singing one for us on the studio theater. So I have a few like curated spots. Liz has a few curated spots, but mostly it's going to be just by lottery. But we've added like beaucoup other opportunities to jam in the more casual setting, and those are going to be just sign up, the day of. But there's a lot more spots for jamming as we grow because we know that's important to people. And also we don't want it's actually nicer for it to be a little more casual so it's less pressure for everyone.
Yeah.
And if people don't, they get selected in the lottery and they don't want to do it, we'll just keep going through that. But yeah, that's the plan for this year. It's a little complicated, right? But we'll work, it'll keep working itself out as we grow. And we can eventually have multiple jam sessions. But this year, our plan is to still be doing everything all together. All together, not to have any split offs, because we're anticipating being about the same size as we were last year, which is around 100 attendees, 100 to 120 maybe. We're just anticipating that. But if 100 more people that want to come, we can handle it.
Yes. Yeah, no, great questions. I'm glad we spoke about that. And I always like to add this too. I notice when people are getting their gigging jobs, I mean, sometimes they're getting gigging in a restaurant. And so, what better way to practice how to gig in a restaurant than to gig in a restaurant at the summit with all your friends? So, that's another reason to just try a different kind of space in doing your jam session. Anything else? But I'll quickly go back to the schedule. Wait, I had to share. Wait, I did that too soon. Sorry. And then I do want to, I have a few clips also pulled up for.
Yeah. And Sibel, don't forget to talk about the My Funny Valentine fundraiser.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, yes, I do want to talk about that. Okay, so just taking you through the rest of it. Okay, so we were on day 5, the masterclass. Okay, that's what made me stop. Okay, right, but then Peter's going to do the Art of Song reinvention. Then we're going to have the concert. This will be updated. It hasn't been yet, but you all are privy to it. Veronica Swift and Matt Baker are that June 5th concert. Then we'll have more jam session dinner and jam session. And then on the 6th, Darman will do jazz improvisation and instrumental approach. Kenny Washington master class. We'll have the music business workshop. That's another thing that Alexis and Liz always do. There's like last year we had a publicist. That's one of the clips I want to share with you today. Other years it's been like how to get your songs played on the radio, or how to navigate Spotify or that kind of thing, how to make your CD. So that will be a business workshop. Then we'll have another jam session, and then Sunday we're going to do the educational presentations. We're going to have brunch, and we'll send everybody off and until we meet again. Okay, I think, well, since I'm here, since you mentioned it, and we're a nonprofit, we've got this really fun fundraiser going on right now. My Funny Valentine fundraiser. I mean, what could be better than this? So the idea would be you could donate to support jazz and get your Valentine this really beautiful personalized gift where Liz Bridge or Alexis Cole will sing a jazz love tune just for your Valentine. You can see the list of songs right here. I'll show you. Look at these great songs. Of course, we had to include My Funny Valentine. It Had to Be You, Embraceable You, Our Love Is Here to Stay. You can read them all. I'm getting one. Oh, well, my husband can't see this, but I am getting one for my husband, just by the way, everyone. I mean, it's such a fun Valentine, right? Make it special, make it different. I wrote a little letter to all the Jazz Voice members, like, no grocery store flowers, no chocolate on sale. Forget about dinner and dealing with the reservations and the crowds. Like, he's gonna get a Valentine sung to him by Alexis or Liz, just from me to him, and I'll be able to play it for him on Valentine's Day. So if any of you are thinking about doing something special, you can do this as something special and donate to the Vocal Jazz Summit at the same time. So that's my little pitch. Let me think. Oh, I have clips to share. Do you guys want to see Samara Joy at our Vocal Jazz Summit quickly?
If you realize, but we are in our 4th year here at the Vocal Jazz Summit, and you have been a part of 3 out of those 4 years. You were the very first one was virtual. You were like,
and now it's 4 out of 5 years.
Polly or another guitar player, and we just did a little feature, and then you were here with Pasquale Grasso and his trio. Last year you were probably in Europe or something, I don't know, doing something great. Yeah. And now you are here back again, and we are so very pleased. And that is, only 3-4 years of time, but you have been through quite a journey there. So tell us a little bit about what you have learned. What has your life been like these last couple of years?
Man, I think that it can honestly be marked by my time at the Vocal Jazz Summit because, like you said, pandemic over Zoom, that was my first one.
Right.
And I was like either just about to release my first album or still in the process of recording it. And
that sounds right.
Yeah, wondering if it, I'm like, okay, we're releasing an album in the pandemic. No big deal. Let's just figure out if it flops, it flops. But, maybe it could be something good. And then the second time I was here was probably when it was out. And I had already been touring for maybe about a year since I graduated, getting my feet wet with live performance and putting together my own sets and being a band leader and whatnot. And last year, undetermined, I don't even remember it myself. So, and yesterday, a couple years later, shout out to Miss Alexis Cole for, everything that you did for me. I don't know if you're in here, but during my time at Purchase, and I reference it often because I didn't imagine while I was at Purchase and while I was studying and learning about jazz for the first time that this would be my life. And it's like every time I think about it, I really do talk about it as I'm just as shocked about it as everyone else is because I was not expecting this at all.
Isn't that incredible? I just love this story that it goes hand in hand with the Vocal Jazz Summit. It's so beautiful to see it. I don't get tired of it anytime. That special connection, Alexis, makes it all so special. Just the depth. I love it. I can show one other. Wait, there was I liked this Theo Bleckman. I pulled a few new clips this time. So Theo Bleckman's workshop last year was really cool. So this is something that he was encouraging everybody to try.
Do this at the end. No. See if you can kick yourself a little bit.
He's coming.
You can have a more neutral approach to syllables. And that is something that I often see when singers sing something more contemporary, that they're using scat syllables from 1950. Shoop, zap, blay, doop, blap, blay, doobop. That works in bebop and in some swing settings. But see if you can also scat or improvise on da 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 da. So it's not about shwee swap bee wop. There is a recording of a very well-known singer. I will not say his, her, or their name. See.
He's so funny. But, I found in his workshop, he gives so many things for people to go home and think about this, go home and think about this, go home and try this. And I think too, Alexis, we always send out the presentation, right? I think oftentimes people will ask when we're at the Vocal Jazz Summit, ooh, can we get the slides to this? And I feel like that's usually a thing that we are able to do. So, you get to go home with that stuff that you can go back to and reference. Plus,
Yeah.
you get access to the whole virtual summit. You just get to
Right.
watch the videos all over.
And now a nice evolution of this partnership is that all the Vocal Jazz Summit videos are going to live on a personal page that you'll have access to on Jazz Voice. So you don't have to go searching your emails for them anymore, which is always I've always like lost them after a month. I'm like, where are those damn Summit things? But they'll be I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work yet, but they'll be on Jazz Voice on like a password protected page that you'll have the access to. So you can go back and look at them anytime and
I'm so glad
and
you
watch
said
them.
that.
Yeah, and also, during the summit when I'm in person sometimes, I need to go back to my room to chill out or take a nap or change my clothes or chill out. Did I mention chill out? Anyway, yes, Tara and I were just talking about that. When you go to a conference, it's too much. You got to go back to your room sometime. Anyway, and I just watch it on my phone as I'm leaving the theater. So if you have the virtual access, which everybody has who's going to come in person, you can just watch. But also with the virtual access, if you're a Jazz Voice member, you get it for free, or you can buy it for $200. You don't have to watch everything in real time. You have access in real time, which you can be on Zoom and asking questions. And we have a Zoom host who's in the room with people so they can ask your questions. But you could also just watch some of it in real time, watch it later, watch most of it later. So you don't have to take the whole weekend off to devote to Zoom. So that's really great.
Right. It's awesome. I did that last year. I needed to take a little rest. And actually, I did it during a jam session so I could still be there to support all the people I wanted to support. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to lay down in my hotel room and listen to this. So I did it that way. I'll mention too, like last year was the first year we had a scholarship program where we brought the Ella Scholars, we called them. There were 4 young women who received scholarships to attend their colleges from the Ella Fitzgerald Foundation, and we partnered with them to, pay for their passes, to pay for their travel expenses, and then each of them was highlighted at a jam session, and it was just so beautiful. They added so much dimension to the summit, and again, connecting to sort of the future of jazz, people who, and literally Anais Reno, again, another student of Alexis Cole's, literally booked a gig and is playing in Norfolk's Attics Theater this spring because she came to the summit last year. So it's that kind of, those are the kinds of things we want to hear happening in our scholarship program. So that's also what your money, if you do decide and you can participate in the fundraiser or donate to the Vocal Jazz Summit, your funds help build the scholarship fund. And that's how we brought Barry Moten and his students from Ballou High School in Washington, D.C. last year to the summit. That's how we're going to help bring more of the Ella Scholars again this year, to bring Barry Moten students again and branch out to more and more students as we grow and grow. So I just wanted to mention that too. We are coming on, 5:59. We've done a good job in an hour, I feel like. But still, are there any questions? That's what this is really about. Make sure you get your questions answered. And then anyone who wants to stay after, Alexis will help you buy your pass if you want to do that today. But any other questions? No, nothing in this moment? Okay.
Great. And you can always reach out to us. Oh, yeah. Okay. A couple last minute questions.
Oh,
Sharon,
okay.
then Julie. And Karen, did you have one too?
So
Oh, no?
just
Okay.
for clarification, when you say buy your pass, the pass is what? Entrance to the summit?
Yes.
The whole
Okay.
thing. Yep. All the
Right.
concerts and the workshops and the jam sessions, including like the New York Voices concert is at another theater, a huge theater, and those are expensive tickets and it's included with your pass. We give people an amazing value. I was just about to say something different there, but I remembered that I'm a professional and anyway, but you get all the concerts, 3 concerts by big names, including, Veronica Swift tickets would go for a lot of money,
I
but
know.
that concert is actually, we got a grant for that concert. So it's actually going to be a free concert for the community. Incredible. But so all that is
based
included with
on
your
what-
pass.
What you said earlier, it sounds like it would be smarter to first join Jazz Voice and then buy the pass.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes, Julie. You will then get the extra discount. Yeah. So, if this is what you want to dedicate your time to and give yourself the gift of getting, doing more of your jazz singing, you should do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can walk you through. I'll stay on after if you want. I can walk you through the site and show you what's coming up, give you a little orientation towards it.
Okay.
Yeah, but Darius just came on for the first time, and Alex was just on for the first time recently for a workshop. So it's been really great seeing some new people come on. The only person we don't know anything about is Kylia. Do you want to just put in the chat a little bit about yourself? And Carmen, we haven't really met either of those guys, but Alex came on for a class the other day, so I know her.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah.
I can speak a little bit if
Oh yeah,
that's all right.
sure.
Yeah, I just learned about this from a professor of mine. I'm currently in college
Mm.
and I'm singing a bit in like a bit of jazz. I'm a musical theater student, but I'm really interested in jazz. So
Are you at
yeah, this would be
Loyola?
a
Or who's your
I'm
teacher?
not.
Oh, who's
I'm at West Virginia University. And
Oh, great.
yeah, my professor, he doesn't know a lot about this yet either, but he just passed along the information in case
Yeah,
it was something we were interested in. So I'm really
that's great.
grateful for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I emailed him this week because I know Jared Sims isn't there anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
so I reached out to I just looked, that's so great because I didn't even know that they had passed it on. I was just looked him up to see who was there
Yeah,
now.
we don't
So
have a much of a vocal jazz program here, but he passed it along to the two of us that do. So
and you know
yeah.
that's it's one, you know, underserved students like yourself are the best contenders for people to come. I mean, people who are going to UNT or University of Miami, they have a huge vocal jazz program.
Mhm.
Maybe this isn't that helpful for them, but like there's a lack in your school of, you know, curriculum and stuff on this topic. So it's really it's a perfect thing for you. And we've noticed that a lot more of the students who come are actually from programs like yours and
Yes,
not from the main programs. So it's very cool. And we're happy to offer you that student certificate. If you want to, if
amazing.
you write up a reflection about what you did, you can bring that back to school and see if you can get extra credit from one of your professors.
All right.
Yeah, very
yeah.
cool.
Oh, great. I'm so glad to meet you, Kalia. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say we had such a nice contingent of people, college students come last year. Like you'll meet other people your age and then you'll be connected to them. And that can really be nice, you know, as you go.
That's so good.
Yeah, you will. There was a total contingent. It was really nice. I don't know if
Yeah.
you noticed in some of the photos. So
And I could even, I think Carmen is a student too. If you guys wanted, I could connect you with a student, right,
Yeah,
Carmen?
yeah, I come from the Conservatory of San Francisco.
Oh,
I learned about this from my professor.
great.
Currently singing a piece. A song. I'm an opera singer here,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just starting to sing jazz,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually have a performance tonight.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
well, I just want to underline as somebody in a different chapter of my life, but as well as somebody who's studied classical music and musical theater, the summit is one of the most welcoming places to somebody who might be a newcomer to jazz. I really mean that. The people who attend are so warm. There's none of this like competitive thing. I was also a professional actress where, you know, it's really nice to find an artistic community where the competition is like totally set aside. This is all about supporting each other and like, you know, hearing about Sharon gigging more makes me so happy, right? Like we're happy when each other
Yeah.
are doing what they love to do. Maria,
And look at you, Sibel. Sibel did a concert this year, a house concert where she sang classical and jazz, and it was just spectacular. She did one also as a fundraiser for the Vocal Jazz Summit, which was incredible. And I think this has definitely positively impacted you too, Sibel. 'Cause you
okay,
didn't
and
even really sing when I met you.
can I share? I just booked a gig. I forced myself to use CapCut and made like a 3-minute video of myself. And yeah, so
Where is it?
I'm gonna go sing in an assisted living home.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do that 1 hour program that I came up with.
It's
the
a
art
fantastic
with
program,
the musical
Sibel.
theater. It's so fun.
Beautiful.
I really was gonna share this with you. I didn't mean to share it on the video, but this
It's
was
great.
Leah and Carmen, you know, like I have been positively impacted by this experience because I just followed the steps that other people were doing. I'm like, okay, now I need to make my video. Soon, Alexis, I'll need to make my website.
Great. I'm here for you.
So, well,
Cool.
thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad we know now everybody on it. Now wait, Alex, we did see you. Was Alex in LA? Was that?
she's in LA. Yep.
Okay,
And I
fantastic.
have her information, and she came to the class we had the other day with Danielle Wirtz. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, Alex.
I'll connect Kylea and Carmen with Isabella maybe, who came last year, or with
Saskia,
Saskia. Yeah, that'd be
right?
really
And
fun.
then some of the LA scholars, like, you know,
Yeah.
as well. Okay, great.
And
That was
yeah, and Eleanor
Eleanor from
from
Florida.
Rhode Island. Rhode
Oh, Rhode
Island.
Island. Yes,
Yeah.
I
Was that
remember
her name?
Eleanor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Cool.
And Alex, there are people who do, you know, we have people who come from your part of the country too. So, you know, and you know what somebody mentioned, this is the last thing I will say. You meet people through Jazz Voice, and you meet people through the summit. And then you remember the woman who was then singing in Los Angeles, and Tom Francini got all of his friends to come support her doing her gig. Okay, he's
That's
a
right.
Jazz Voice member, and he's been to the virtual summit. We got to get Tom there in person.
Yeah.
But Alex, yeah, there's that idea too, right? And Julie, you're in Boston, so you know you're going to meet people from different parts of the country, and then when you're doing your gig somewhere, they go, "Oh, come see my friend," and it's really great. So
It's really cool. Yeah. I was just mentioning earlier, Sharon was there. We had a member move to Japan for work, and I hooked her up with the twins, Cheryl and Beryl,
yes.
you know, and now they all became friends and they hang out, and I think they're all from the DC area originally as well. So it was so great for her to move there and have friends to start out with, you know, and they can go hear music together and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's really about the community, and
Mhm.
because we're all into the music, it's the tribe, you know. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Okay. Well, I hope Alex wrote in the chat. I hope you can make it work out. But the virtual summit's always there for you too.
Yes,
And then,
exactly
you know,
right. Of course, Alex. All right. Well, it was so great to meet all of you tonight. Thanks for taking the
yeah,
time
thank you for
to
coming. It's so
join
nice
us.
to meet some new
Such a
friends.
pleasure. And feel free to email me. I put my email address in the chat if you will have any other questions that come up later on. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think some folks are going to say,
Yeah,
should we stop recording?
Yeah, I'll stop recording. Bye, people at home.
Bye.